Pegasus. I just want to tell that lovely Mr. Neil, whatever her name was, the Irish gardening lady I was started watching yesterday on YouTube. And she was doing dandelions, so I was watching it because I got into dandelions recently. That I'd dried some. She was saying how, well, only a few at a time. She was saying it's fiddly to dry them, which it is quite. But I'd done some. I started to, this is actually in a jar. I didn't bother cleaning it out. I think I had cinnamon in it. I thought they might fuse slightly. They might be a bit like, what's it called? Saffron, sort of. I know they're not, but you know. But because she said they were hard to dry, I just did it in a tea bag, like an old, like this. I could put them in there and just hung them on the tree in the garden. But I've been, I only did one plant, I think. Because that's all I thought of doing at the time. I didn't have many growing. I'm going to do some more. I want to have them stocked up for winter. And I am going to copy our idea there, because I don't think of doing that, of chopping and drying the leaves in this paper bag. I'm definitely going to do that. But I've been having the flowers in porridge. I've been pulling off the petals. I did it again this morning. So that's nice. I just wanted to say, because it's a new thing for me. Dandelion porridge. What else did I put in it? Well, I had it with banana, half a chopped banana, cinnamon, and nutmeg, and 3 dandelion heads. You just pull the tops off and stir it in. Actually, I think I might have put a bit of honey in it as well. I couldn't taste the dandelions. It's fairy food. We like fairy food, don't we, Russell? We talked about this before. He says, no, not me. That's my wife does fairy things. Well, I'm sure you join in sometimes. That dream though. God, it was, I don't know what, I just literally woke up from it. And I don't know if it was because I watched that thing last night, that Russell Brand thing, with Biden appearing to snub Rishi in that Irish meeting, which I found quite, I just always find Russell Brand funny anyway, whatever he says, and informative. But I was literally running, what happened before that, I can't remember, but exactly. But I was jogging to Eaton Village, which is just down the road from here. I used to run there. It's like a short run. But bizarrely, do you know what? Actually, I've had this dream of going down there before, and the route back is different. It's sort of through fields. There's like a railway track. I wonder if that's an old road, because I had a dream before, and at first I met my son Daff one down there, and he ran off. He said, I'll run ahead, and he ran back along this train track, and I said, yeah, I'll just see you at home or whatever. But anyway, Eaton Village is literally where Waitrose is. Not away for ages. It's like on the way if you cut through to the river. So it's an actual place, Eaton Village, apart from being Eaton. What was I saying? Anyway, yeah, so I was running. There was these 2 women. I don't actually know if it was Hillary Clinton. She just had the same sort of hair and face. Running with another woman. And the girl behind him, like this scene kid with like white and pink, pale pink hair. And she sort of picked me up by the waist and just moved me. She didn't actually push me into the road. I over-dramatised it for the sake of... And then went past and I started screaming about having a spinal injury. And do you, is this how you normally treat people? Blah, blah, whatever. Screaming and shouting at this woman. And then I apologised to the daughter, saying I'm so sorry for speaking to your mum like that or something. And she just starts laughing and goes, no, that's all right. And then we ran off. We ran off together. Home, I think. No, we were sitting around this board table. We were sitting around a board table. Like a board meeting thing. I think her name was, what's her name? Melanie or something. I said to my dad, me and Melanie worked for Facebook. It was a Facebook board meeting, actually. Was the Cosmic Owl there? Yeah, he was. And he was toking. He was toking a massive... He was probably one of these, what's it called? It's a thing of garlic. It looks a bit like a smudging stick, doesn't it? Eating dandelions. That's it really. I don't know what else to say. I just wanted to clarify what I was babbling on about this morning. It's only Tuesday. I've got 2 more days to last my food. I've done well though, considering I went to shops last Thursday and there was £16 in the bank to last a week, and I had to put £5 on the gas. What have I got left? I've got 1 leg of chicken and 1 2/3 sausages, because I gave a third of it to the magpie last night. Butternut squash, a bit of butternut squash, some potatoes. I could last it. Well, I can last it actually, because I can easily make 1 big pan of soup out of that vegetable stuff I've got, and then just tomorrow have rice or go begging or something to my son. I've got enough porridge. I've got loads of weeds in the garden. I've got loads of dandelions. I've been chopping up the leaves as well and just adding them to soup. And I need to start digging up more roots with it, but I've been leaving them in at the moment. I just took a few out. But I did learn something off that woman. That woman about harvesting, because I've not really thought of doing it that way. Well, or some of the things that she did with it. So, will I be buying vodka to make? I might. That's how I made that lavender stuff before. But with gin. I souped, oh God, somebody had cut down a lavender hedge. So I took it and I literally pulled all the heads off, and I made this massive keg of like lavender infusion stuff with a few other things in it. A bit of rosemary, I think. And gin to use as infusion. What did I do with it? I was remote controlled by the Illuminati, and I tipped it all down the sink. But I'm pretty annoyed about that. It was only supposed to be used with a dropper. I think somebody used it and said it was extremely toxic. What else was in it? Some weird mushroom that I'd only ever seen once, probably blooms once every 6,000 years or something. It was a very powerful, powerful what? That's enough. Probably is enough actually. Blackbird's been this morning, I think. I left mealworms out. I worked out where I'd been hopping down along that ledge next to the blue box, because food must have rolled off when I chucked it on this roof onto that ledge. So it hadn't been tricked into me, thinking I was trying to lure it in, which I now am, so I can get away with it now if I'm sneaky. I'll do it again. I've got a few mealworms left. A treat for the blackbird. And then we'll go through the seedlings again, I suppose. The true leaves coming on the flax today. That's fun for me. I know it's been because they've gone. I put some there yesterday. It must have come while we were still asleep, having that dream. Sweet peas, darling. One of these beans seems to be forcing itself, I think. I saw, oh yeah, I think there's one there that looks like it's trying to force growth, because those other ones just got chewed up, so that's taken a while. What did I mean about turning? Like starting to shoot. It looks like there's some growth coming on the delphiniums. And they are starting to go a bit green as well. Not sure. Well, I think so anyway. I uncover them every day. They're too damp. I watched that thing yesterday. Kale's coming. This is growing. I don't know what it is. in my life. It's either butternut squash going by the seed or courgette. But it's starting to grow, which is good. I wanted some of those. Why didn't I label them? Do you know? You wanna be a gangster. Pansies, they're all doing good. What would I do with those? Look at their little faces. You can eat pansies as well, can't you? You can eat everything probably. Cape gooseberry's not coming yet. I'll put them in late. Coffee beans aren't doing anything. We'll wait and see if they do. I should put them inside probably. I'll tell you what else I did as well. I hacked up this thing with the idea of this old bin that I dragged back before because I was going to concrete and make like a water feature. This great idea of going into business. Somebody left it out, it was already broken. Anyway, it didn't work. So I thought I'd saw it in half yesterday and make like a cold frame out of it. But it cracked and I thought, well, you know, that's not going to work, but I've had an idea. And what I'm going to do, I know it's got a massive hole in it, is use it over the tomato plants probably, like a greenhouse, because the snails don't eat those anyway. But the heat that'll probably work, won't it, on something anyway. Or we could even probably pile them up and put something inside if it was taller. You know, like this sort of. Basically, you know, against the wall. It looks so nice. I hacked that bush down last night as well. The buddleia, to give it a bit of a, you know, tidy. And you know, I was cursing about that. I don't know if it's a clematis or a passiflora. No, it's not a passiflora, it's a clematis. The other day, and I said, oh no, it's buddleia with a variegated leaf. It's not, it's the clematis that's come through. So I wound that around the fence a bit more. I thought what colour that one was, white or something. My memory from Sally, who lived there before, which is why it's snapped that cutting of rose from when I trimmed their hedge once a little bit, and I put a cutting in and it grew. It's grown like in like 2 years. It's good, isn't it? Pretty good. So I've got that. That's good. I don't think it was Nancy Reagan. I don't really know. I don't know. Might have been. How tall was she? She wearing American Pro running gear. I can't remember. I've got 2 American Pro running tops actually. Charity shop there. I used to have American Pro stuff when I used to go to aerobics. That's another life. Another life. I used those new seed things that I made yesterday. Corbo would be laughing his head off, but I tried to do it with gaffer tape. I only did one before I got bored, but I started piercing holes in because the gaffer tape looked like it was peeling off, and tied it with wires. Can you see? They should last for years if I look after them. So I've done one to cover those there. I had to cover up the time because the slugs kept eating that. I kept finding the slugs on it. For some reason they like it. I'll uncover it now. Let the air gets in for the day. It's a never-ending journey being a plant parent. I have to appreciate the farmers that little bit more. More flax. I don't even know how tall flax gets, so I can pull it out later and eat it probably. Knit myself some shirts, I don't know. That's an alpine strawberry down there. Can you eat everything in the garden? I'm not certain. I've always said you can eat everything in the correct dosage if it's unprocessed properly. It has a use anyway. Not to say I always know what it is, but there's this thing on Radio 2, or 4 or something, years ago, how they had to eat tulip bulbs in Amsterdam at one point because there was no food. There was a massive, what's it called? Starvation thing. What's it called? There was no food anyway. And they all survived on tulip bulbs, which aren't, the best thing to be eating. But that's what they had to eat. I was thinking about getting some more fish for the pond as well when it clears. It should clear obviously. It did last year when I put the water lily in. And then maybe I think it's gone green because I didn't cut the leaves back and they've all gone back into the water. But maybe that's part of the, what's it called, like the permaculture of the pond. That's the word I couldn't think of the other day. There's 6 fish did I see yesterday? I think 6. And there was 7 originally. No, that can't be right because I've had 2. The big gold one disappeared and then one definitely died because I found it floating on the top. Covered in green weed. A bit weird. But that was last year or the year before. It didn't spawn anyway. My son spawned as soon as I made his pond. He'd just robbed, well no he hadn't, he'd saved these 2 fish, I told you before, when he was in this house, building this house, working on this house, and the pond had collapsed basically. The woman who used to live there died, so basically they were being abandoned in a puddle. So he took them home, I built a pond, and they spawned almost immediately and had loads and loads. The pond was really nice, but then when he moved he wanted me to take the fish, so I did, and then one of them disappeared. I've still got the other one here. I know they spawned in his ponds, not mine. I do not know. It's just his was a better pond. Well, he's got pond hands probably, nurturing fish hands. Unlike me, I'm just the pond digger. Didn't see the bats last night. I've got blackbird now. Dolly the clone. Why is she the clone? Well, she's the clone of my old dog, isn't she? You're a clone of my own dog, my old one. She's the clone of my old dog, Lexi. Slightly less. Got slightly less of a tickle in your throat, haven't you, Johnny? She's very similar to her though, to look at. She's a little bit more fine, a slightly finer version of her. A slightly finer version, aren't you? Like she's evolved. She's evolved into something slightly more easygoing, haven't you? Look at her, isn't she a darling? Paint a picture of her, put it on the telly. Look, isn't she? She's an elegant creature. Are you an elegant creature? What can you smell on the wind? Hey look, the blackbird has come. snail in a minute. Last time I threw a snail at him yesterday and he thought I was throwing rocks. I'll tell you what I was trying to do yesterday, because I've been trying to... This is fun for me anyway. Just let's talk about something sensible for a minute. I've been trying to feed the birds on the top roof as well, because I feed them on this bottom one, because they come up to the top one. I can't always throw the food. I can't throw it up there, and that's how a lot of it ended up on my son's window before. So I was trying to do it with the ball thrower, trying to get it up on up onto the roof, and one disappeared. So I wondered if I threw it right over the top into the road. So I had to stop. I mean, I threw another one that's just going at the wall, and says, "Look, I gave up on that. I need to practice it a bit, to be honest." Why do you want to feed them on that top roof? It's just fun, isn't it? I don't know if there's some grass seed up there as well. I live in one of those houses. It was safe having to retile the roof. There's grass growing on it. Here he is again. I don't think that seagull is up there. I don't think it's Sully. Show me your face. Show me your beak. I can't see you. Just come closer. Look, he's up there looking. Do we get cats up there? Once I've seen a cat walking along there. I do like to see a cat, what's it called? Prowling along the tiles. makes it easier to shoot with the ball thrower if they come near my birds. I need to practice my targets, to be honest. So snails there. I'm not that person. I do like cats. I told you before, that's why I got this cat reason. I was going to get some feral cats, because to foster before I got the dog. But I did say if I ever got cats, they'd have to be in an enclosed garden, like in a cattery type thing, a catio. Look at that tile off the roof. That's why my cupboard's leaking. I think about sticking it back on. I don't know where my ladder is. Or sticking a pot in it. Just put turf over it. Yogurt pot in it to catch the drips. Could do, I suppose. Put the tile back over the top. Gaff tape. Get load, cement it. Maybe later on. Might get a bat in there. I hope so. It's too low for bats. I wish we had old gutters that the swifts would hang on. A facial. We used to have that in the olden days in Hertfordshire. In Hertfordshire we had proper what are they called? Fascia boards. And swifts nesting outside the window. House martins or whatever they are. I miss those days. It's been on the front, probably. haven't got any food for you. Why not? Just checking anyway. No, he's gone. He understood. He understood the code. What did I do with the bush? Well, I sat and cut it all up, apart from those last twigs that escaped. Ready for the next storm. Well, and the new growth, to be honest. Ah, did I tell you as well? I built a hedgehog house out the front. I'll show you. I might as well show you. So you can come and do whatever it is you do to ruin it. But I was talking to a bloke up the road on Sunday. He was doing some gardening, so I interfered in his life. And he told me his claim to fame was hedgehogs had nested under a pot in his garden and raised the family. So I thought, oh, actually, do you know what? I've got this old, well, I thought about afterwards, in the front garden, because I was thinking about them coming in the back, which they might do easily. They could come under here, etc., and just come and eat the snails. It was another one of those disappearing games I played. I said, my son said to me the other day, what have you been doing? I've been playing a disappearing game. What's that mean? Well, that was, putting all that junk inside the washing machine and making it into a mulch bin, that fun. Wait there, Dolly. It's a mulch bin. I've got loads more to go in it today, but also I was going out on the street in my dressing gown. It's one of those roads. Been hedging the bushes, and I did this one as well, roughly, for the hedge sparrows. You probably need another trim. I had a first attack of it though. It looks great. I think so too. Shut up, Dolly. And I've moved the bulbs that I kept running over with the, what's this thing called? The bin. So some are there and some are in the corner under the scarecrow, who's definitely staying. But the hedgehog, the old dog bed, is now underneath him. His chair's on top of it, with the door at the back. So, and I put some old leaves inside it. How will it get in? Well, they'll have a look around probably. It can crawl through this. It can crawl through this hole here easily, if it wants to, and get in and out that way. But they climb a lot of hedgehogs, don't they? I've got a bit of glass in my first months ago. I can feel it working its way out. So that's that. And I did my neighbour's side of the hedge as well, because don't you have a legal obligation to master both sides of the hedge? And cleaned up most of the sticks. It's gone back to being the golden orphan as a hedgehog from day or two. Just looks like what? I don't know what that is, to be honest. So I've done that. Did that bit anyway. So I need to come out with the clippers. Oh yeah, I clipped all that down as well, look. The blackberry. That's trimmed through the hanging basket. But I've left some growth there clearly, because I like it. Partly for the birds, partly because it's just fun to come out and have another blackberry, and partly because the ladybirds lay eggs on it. What's still going in the hanging basket? That dangly old rose. This, I forgot what it's called. That's like little snapdragons. I love it. I'm going to get some more of it. This I clip back. I don't know if it's going to grow again. I don't know what it is. But there was still green on it. It's like the freesia's forcing itself growth as well. I think that's, I don't know, a bit of grass or something. I'm going to leave it there. We will take it down and give it a tickle through. some point. I know what to do. I'm going to use some of these bits of old wire I've decided for tying my seed cases together. I can do that, can't I? That'll probably be good wire for something, tying things up. He needs a new jumper. Oh. I didn't put his Christmas hat on. I'll tell you what I'm going to do though. He needs some new trousers. He needs a lot of things, to be honest. I might get him a pair of like Hawaiian shorts from the pound shop and a Hawaiian shirt. I don't know. I think she might stay there. She needs a new dress as well. I was going to hang her under the hanging basket and put some eyes on it, but it just looks a bit weird. Well, not weird enough. That's supposed to be her head over there, by the way. Like, floating around. She definitely needs a new frock. She looks a bit, what? Labour intensive in that one. Stick the poster on her. Across her front. Make her a t-shirt. If I still had that Artisan Corbo t-shirt, I'd have stuck that on it, but somebody robbed it off me. Arseholes. So I've jumped ship. It was stolen from me. I'm new homeboy now. That's not a real nest, by the way. I made a stunt one just to annoy the other birds. What did you do that with? Just a load of old leaves. Right, we're up to 30. I did think about chopping this down and putting honeysuckle through it. I might yet do that, but there was a blackbird sitting in it yesterday, so I don't really want to do it straight away. Plus, my arms were getting tired. I need to get sore to that one. Otherwise, it might just snap off in this breeze. I'm not quite sure how to do it. Take some off and leave some up. To trail against the house. To use as a what? Natural trellis. The honeysuckle. Or